Hello and welcome to my video. I hope you're all doing good. I found those paper cutouts in the German Dollar Tree, and I liked them so much that I decided to do something with them. And ever since this is paper, I had to do something with it because otherwise the resin would seep into the paper and that would not look as good as I intended to be in the end. Yeah, I have here feathers. Some of them are gold plated, and yeah, I really like this. Now this package has dragonflies, butterflies, and some different bugs inside. And yeah, and as you can see, they're really pretty. And yeah, I really like them. So let's see how it goes and what I do with it. I decided to use this feather. This is about 15 centimeters long, or maybe 20, and it was in the end too long for the mold that I was going to use, and so I cut it just a little bit off on the bottom. So I sealed it with something that is a varnish for acrylic paintings, and yeah, this didn't work as well as I wanted to. I probably should have coated it 2 or 3 times, and I only did one on the front and one on the back. So the paper did suck up a little bit of the resin, but I'll show you that later. So this is the mold that I'm going to use for this project, and I'm sure everybody that works with resin knows this mold. This is a little tray mold, and it's just the perfect size for trying something like this. I put some resin on the bottom, which is the top here, but it's the bottom in the finished project, and then I put my feather down, just taking some of the bubbles away, the air bubbles that have been trapped, and now I'm just laying it like really careful on top of the resin. And then I had some white resin left from another project that I just made right before this one, and I'm just filling this into my rim there because I didn't want this to be all see-through. Just getting rid of bubbles over there too. And I dripped, as you can see. And the feather floated, and I didn't really want that, so I decided to put the rest of the resin on top of the paper. This looked kind of naked to me, and I decided to put some chunky glitter on the back of it, and looking at it right now, it was way too much glitter. But I had to leave it in because you can't take it out anymore, and we're going to make the best of it. After 24 hours, it still looked naked, and Yeah, I decided because I was doing another project, as you can see here on the left down corner, with cellophane wrap with a little bit iridescent coating on it. I was doing something with it, and I decided to put cellophane wrap as well on this background. So I crushed my cellophane wrap a little bit in my hands and cut it to size to fit the mold. And as you can see, I put first one of the sides down and slowly working my way up because I don't want no air to be trapped underneath the wrap. So what I do is I just slowly rubbing or sticking with my little micro brush there, um, the cellophane onto the surface of the resin, checking every once in a while that I really don't have any bubbles underneath, because once it's hardened, you can't do nothing about that anymore. So if you do this kind of thing, take your time. So I'm tugging in the ends because this piece has of wrap been a little bit too big, and I'm pouring the rest of my resin in there. Come to think of it, this is a project that I made only with leftover resin, because I don't want to waste it. It's too expensive for that, and yeah, this is a good use for it if you want to try something out. So I'm putting in the rest of the resin on there, and then I'm spreading it out so I will have resin all over the place in a thin layer. It is 24 hours later now, and I'm about to demold, and that took me a little bit time because right there at the corner was my resin stuck to the, how you say that? To the silicone mold. Yes. It's kind of hard to do that in German and English, and my brain doesn't switch that easy. So as you can see here, I'm taking my time taking it out, and you see the sharp edges there from the paper that was like bent upward when I put the resin in there, because I did cut out too big, and that's why I had those sharp corners right there. You can see it right there. Yeah, and now look at it. I really like it. On some pieces it was kind of yeah. Mm, the resin seeped into the paper, but I think after all this is not as bad. So because it's only 24 hours after pouring, the resin is still a little bit bendable, and so I'm taking my scissors and just cutting the harsh rim off. You can take a nail file and sand it a little bit when it's cured all the way. But that doesn't really matter to me in this case, because I wanted to make a wall hanging with it. And here it is. If you liked that video, please leave me a thumbs up, make a comment how you liked it, and maybe subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really, really appreciate that and be thankful for. Because I wanted to hang this up on my wall, and my wall is white, you couldn't see really the foil that I put in there, and so I decided to paint the back black or some acrylic color. For that, I sanded the background a little bit so the color would be sticking better to the back of it, and I coated it twice with black color, and yeah, put some pearls and stuff on there, and I will show you the result right now.